Talking Reds, Neil Atkinson and Paul Senior. We are over on the Wirral, part in the back room, not the back room, the beer garden of the Farmers Arms. We're going to talk about that in a minute with Paul, but we're going to start with last night's disappointment. To be honest with you, it was. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was an absolute body blow. In that, I think Leicester across periods of the game do pretty well.
Yeah, do you know when they were like knocking it around and they seemed comfortable on the ball? I went, oh God, they could do something here. They could just keep the ball and get a draw. And they would have, I think, because City were running out of ideas. You could see Guardiola going out of his mind that Sane clearly brought on to do our job, not doing the job. And nothing was happening. And rightly so, Leicester have gone, shoot. Go ahead, Vincent Kompany, shoot. And he shoots. He does shoot, doesn't he?
But the very fact that he shoots suggests he's looking for something else. Before then, he's knocked it out of play for a goal kick dead. One of the things I was saying first half, I was watching it with Rob, and I was saying City are great at keeping the ball in play. They're brilliant at not letting, that goal kick that kills the pressure. When they were on top 25 to 35, I was watching it with Rob, and Rob was like, why doesn't someone go down? Why doesn't the ball go out? And the reason why is because City are great at keeping it alive and building the pressure on you. But they'd started to kick it out. There was a Kyle Walker ball that just went out. Kompany did something, and that shot is another example of, well, I don't know what to do here, so I'll just do this.
Do you know what? It was mad, actually, because it reminded me, and we draw examples to 13-14 too often, but it did remind me of that Chelsea game where they were starting to run out of ideas, taking shots you wouldn't normally take, where you would normally make the pass, just out of desperation. And I suppose Kompany's shot is one out of desperation, but wow, what a goal. You've got to hand it to him.
Oh yeah, you've got to hand it to them.
Yeah, to them. And to us, because the pair of us just keep finding a way. I mean, you got Mo Salah getting pretty much knocked out at the weekend.
Yeah.
And we win the game with Sturridge and Origi on the pitch, Shaqiri making a difference. And they've done the same last night. Vincent Kompany plays his third game in a week for the first time in, I don't know, 20 years or something. And he comes up with the goods. Do you know, when I seen Kompany on the score sheet, I was like, he has always been a big man for big moments, hasn't he? And I've always quite liked Kompany as well. I think
he comes across really well, doesn't he?
He's handled himself well, and fair play to him. I mean, if they keep winning and we keep winning, then that's just out. I mean, this could go on forever, couldn't it? We could be talking, there could be 15 games left, and City could just win 15 and we'd win 15 and they win by a point. So it's hard to take, but I mean, just Barcelona on my mind now, I suppose.
We'll talk about Barcelona in a minute. It is hard to take. It's hard to take. I think you mentioned there Newcastle. Now looking back on that, it feels like it was an age ago. But also, it was Liverpool's performance of absolute guts and determination and pulling it out of the fire. And that's what I think is difficult here, is that we're all living this, and we're all living it in quite a painful, quite a deep way. And it's not been a battle of laughter the last few weeks, but simultaneously the Reds have kept winning. And just watching that go in last night, and then Iheanacho not take his chance. I thought Maddison was great for 60 until his legs went. He should probably play Albrighton in. He probably gets it back. You're just watching it going, just one thing, just one bounce to the ball. Yeah,
Maddison definitely fancies himself, doesn't he? I quite like that about him throughout the game, and obviously the bit where you didn't want him to fancy himself and put it wide for Albrighton, and they were good, Leicester.
Chowdhury's a good player.
Yeah, Chowdhury was good. I thought indeed he was good. Chilwell. It's about the way all left backs look the same, isn't it? All English left backs have got that slick back Arctic Monkey's hairdo, isn't it? I mean, he's good.
Maguire was good.
Maguire, I mean, that little charge and run he goes on, you can see why the bigger teams fancy him. Schmeichel makes that great save, done with the goal line replay.
So Ricardo looked good. I thought Johnny Evans was crap.
Yeah, Johnny Evans was crap. Yeah, Johnny Evans was crap. No, but Ricardo, and he's another great right back as well. He does bits. So no, I think they're going to be a good side. Leicester, you could see the Rodgers in them, couldn't he, in the style of what they were playing.
They're going to threaten the top 6, I think, next season. Leicester, big time.
They could seriously challenge Arsenal unless Arsenal sort themselves out. I would say, I think Everton fancy themselves to challenge Arsenal. I mean, if you look at that battle for top 4, someone put a graphic up of their last 5. I think they've only won about 3 between them.
I know, it's definitely funny,
unbelievable, isn't it? No one wants it.
Really funny.
They must love the Europa League. They've all had a great time in it.
All had great tours, great aways. We love the hotels, love the foods.
That's it.
The way it's gone. We'll talk about Barcelona in a minute, but we're in your new booze at the Farmers Arms in Frankby, and I can see it behind me. Huge beer garden. Got the slides, got the painting away here, getting the benches right, and the insides. I mean, you've got a proper country Wirral pub.
Yeah.
I'd like to say it's your roots, but you're from West Derby.
I know, yeah. It's not my roots, but it's
your essence.
It's what I'm about. No, it's lovely. I mean, I live over here now, and I've drove past it a lot. I take my kids to Royden Park a lot, and I've always stared at it and gone, could be good that. So hopefully touch wood. I can make it good.
You've done a lot of work inside. I've just had give me a little tour, and people will be saying that right now. It is a proper boozer. It's a proper old style. You know, you got to be locked in the winters, fireplaces, all the hits.
It's not like motel. You know, it's very much not like motel. It's
the two sides of Paul Senior.
Yeah, you've
got the dark bar karaoke over there, and now you've got this.
I've got a lot to think about. I've got it's a completely different customer base, completely different people. No, it's been good fun. We opened at the weekend, and it was like opening into a bank holiday weekend was mad.
It's a big test, I'd say.
It was a big test, and the guys who work here have been fantastic. We took on the guys who were already working here, and they've done really well. So we're really pleased at the start for it. But yeah, hopefully we just we keep going in that vein, and it does well.
It's the Farmers Arms in Frankby. Get over. Basically, I think Paul's plan is to treat every weekend like a bank holiday weekend. So they're all bank holiday weekends now, right the way across the summer. Loads and loads going on over here. But tonight, Liverpool, Barcelona, you're coming back over in a minute to the other side, to motel, to your other side of your personality. It's mad, isn't it, really, tonight? No Salah now, we know that for a fact. And I mean, it's appropriate, I think. I don't think he should play. I think it shows. I think that the game's got to get a grip of concussion, really. I mean, it was horrible to see Vertonghen the other week, and we're unlucky, but we're doing the right thing, and I think that's an important thing to hang your hat on. We behave properly with Fabinho. We're behaving properly here with Salah.
Yeah, there was a few in quick succession, actually, once Salah got done, wasn't there? A couple of lads going down. I mean, they're unavoidable. There is a contact sport. I know it's not quite where it was 20 years ago or whatnot, but yeah, I think the way there's a set amount of time that you need to take is right. It's responsible, because Mo Salah will be telling Jurgen Klopp, and I think Klopp admitted that Salah's been telling him that he wants to play tonight. Yeah. But you know, I was going to say you'd never forgive yourself if anything happened, and I don't think anyone at Liverpool would if they did play him. But so it's the right decision. You've got to have it's important the medical rules are there to say you just can't. Well, it's quite new as well, isn't it? And it is the right decision, is what you're saying. So yeah, it's responsible of Liverpool not to play him, even if he feels absolutely fine this morning. Give it another day. It is only a game. I know we sometimes get quite. But the human element is the more important side. So yeah, most of that. But it's exciting that we might get to see Ryan Brewster. You've been going on a lot about Ryan Brewster, so I'm excited for you.
I've had a lot of Brewster chat, and I'd be half tempted to start him. And the reason why it's just X Factor is just the idea of Barcelona going, well, what is this?
There's no videos on him. There's nothing on him. There's no. You can't research Ryan Brewster if you're going to watch him playing with the 18s or whatever. He does look the business. I mean, really, what have we got to lose? We had. If I'm being romantic about it, I'm thinking, well, maybe is he our Cinema Pongal, or is he Neil Mellor or whatever? I don't know. I'm not expecting it, but it'd be nice that Liverpool can go and give a good account of themselves.
I think Liverpool can do something a bit wild and a bit X-factory off the basis of the fact that the actual most important part of the game is not to concede.
Yeah.
For me, Liverpool are almost worth thinking about this as 0-0 at half time's fine. Yeah. 0-0 at half time gives you the chance. And there's an old Shane Warne thing about cricket where they talk about the scoreboard in Test cricket, where he says, yeah, that's the way the scoreboard is now, but imagine it with 20 more runs but 3 wickets on the board. How does it then look? And I think that tonight, if I'm Jurgen Klopp, I'd be saying to me players all the way through, lads, whatever the scoreboard's saying, just imagine it after you've scored 2 in 8 minutes.
Yeah.
How does that suddenly look? And so for me, if it's 0-0 on 55, if it's 0-0 on 60, well, if we get 1, we can get 2. If we get 1, then suddenly everyone will be back up and it'll be absolutely flying. The key is that we've got to score the goal that makes it 1-0. Then we've got to score the goal that makes it 2-0. And then you've got to see if you can get the goal that makes it 3-0.
Well, can they then handle Anfield? I mean, obviously we've been 3-0 down at half-time before, haven't we? And, there's all that sort of European Cup romanticism that surrounds Liverpool, and it's there for a reason, because the body of evidence is that we've done this time and time again. This will be as tough an opposition as you'll do it against. But there's no reason we can't do it. I'd have felt more happy with Salah and Firmino on the pitch. Of course. But I think the madness might suit us a little bit. So, yeah, all remains to be seen. With Klopp saying he might not play 4-3-3, I'm just, what's he going to do?
We could do 3 at the back.
Yeah, Wijnaldum, Oxlade-Chamberlain and I don't know.
He could do 3 at the back. I mean, if you think about it, he's got the centre halves. He could go Gomez, Matip, Van Dijk, because he's got the 3 of them there to use. He could then do Trent and Robertson, and then play 5 across the middle. So it's another 3 centre midfielders and then 2 up top. And it might be that 2 up top gets to be a bit of a way home for him.
I'd just play every lad who identifies as an attacker with Van Dijk. Do you know what I mean? Just literally let their heads fall off.
Who would just start? I've got a mild Fabinho concern. I think he's looked off the pace. You were at Newcastle, and I thought he was
really poor at Newcastle. I thought he was the worst player for us. I wouldn't play him. I wouldn't play him anyway. Really well. I understand that there's nothing to protect us. I know you're saying we've got to keep it to 0, but we've also got to find 3 goals in 90 minutes. So Jordan Henderson can do that job for me. Wijnaldum can go forwards again. It's a shame there's no Naby Keita. They really fancied him in this.
Yep.
Thought he started well at the new camp.
Great, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was a shame. So yeah, we'll get the fullbacks as high as as high as possible. And yeah, just front load. That would be my one to do.
Would you start Shaqiri? Because if it wasn't for the set piece delivery, I wouldn't. But I think the set piece delivery could be really, really useful. It's one of them. Really, you're a bit footy manager here, and you're looking at who's going to do something for you. And this lad's got 18 out of 20 for free kicks and corners, and you're a bit like, all right then, maybe.
Well, that's a weapon, isn't it? Yeah, I would play him anyway because he's quite responsible with the football as well. So, in a way that I don't know where Adam Lallana is. If Adam Lallana was fully fit, I would consider having him in the midfield 3 because I just think he's helped you recycle possession a little bit, keep the ball, be sensible. But yeah, I'm just, as I said, all the attacking lads, please.
Well, my other one is as well, though, the idea of subs, because my last thing on all this is, if your front 3 is Mane, Salah and Firmino, with the way our squad is at the minute, if you take any of those 3 off, you're going to get worse. Yeah. So you can be bringing on fresh legs, but you compromise fresh legs for quality, if you know what I mean, because that 3 are so good. It's really strange to sort of think of it this way, but one of the liberating things about not having Salah and Firmino actually on the pitch is if you sub for legs, you're pretty much doing like for quality.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier, if you know what I mean. If you want to do a mad sub or a couple of mad subs or go out on a limb or anything like that, I think it makes it easier for them.
Yeah, there'd be no drop in the crowd because you just had to take Salah off because his legs had gone or whatever. No, I see your point. I don't know what the bench will look like tonight without them. Obviously, Brewster coming into the squad's interesting. I think he'll be on the bench, but I would start him.
I think he'll be on the bench. I think Oxlade-Chamberlain will be on the bench.
Yeah, he said he's a bit of a doubt, but he will. I think them two. I think him and Sturridge. If you're going to start Brewster, I would have Sturridge as almost a go-to sub at the weekend. He's obviously played the game at the weekend.
Full 90.
Yeah, and I think he could be one where if you're 1-0 up and you're in the ascendancy, you can do that and everyone gets behind Sturridge, and Sturridge loves being the star of the show, doesn't he? So yeah, fingers crossed that's the way it pans out.
Fingers crossed indeed. We're going out, aren't we?
Yeah, we will. We'll go out. Lot of pints.
We'll go out. We will go out for it before and after. Can't wait. All the post-match stuff that you would expect from the Anfield wrap. I believe Paco Ayestran's coming in this afternoon, and that'll be getting itself released as well. Conversation with him. There's Under the Lights that's come out. There's Review that's come out. All the hits that you need. We should not be bowed or demoralised by Vincent Kompany banging them in from 25 yards. This season is not finished yet. We get to watch Liverpool at least twice more. Come and watch them with us at the Anfield wrap.